Hi, this is Dreama, and today we are doing a relationship reading, and this is a client reading. I won't mention the name of the client, but they know who they are and I know who they are. Now, I've already actually spread all the cards out and shuffled them, things like that, because I'm holding a camera, so I only have one hand. It makes it kind of difficult. Now, today we're going to use a 6-card spread. Now, this spread is going to answer the question for us, will my ex return to me? That is the question at hand. Now, I'm going to begin today with the card on the far left. Now, this card actually tells us about the sex life of the ex at the present time, okay? So let's turn this over. And we have these 7 of Pentacles. Now, what I'm seeing from the card in relation to the sex life of this person is that it's been a very disappointing sex life at this time. They had high hopes, but those unfortunately just didn't happen. So as far as the sex life of the ex at the moment, it is extremely disappointing. It's not at all what they thought it would be, and not at all what they hoped it would be, okay? Now, we're going to move all the way over to the right now. And this card is about what is this person thinking about the client, okay? Let's turn this over. And we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, now this card is about thoughts, okay, present thoughts. And what I'm getting from this card, as you can see, she's holding a flower and a wand, which is in bloom. And there's some 2s down here, 2 heads. 2 figures up here. It comes in pairs. What I'm getting from the card is that the thoughts of the client at this moment are good memories. This is a good card. There's nothing bad about this card. What they're doing is they're having only good thoughts and memories of the past when you were together, okay? This may not be something that they're expressing, but it is something that they're thinking, okay? Now we're going to move all the way over here, and this card represents how the person feels about the client. So this is not thoughts, this is feelings, okay? All right, and now what we have is the Ace of Wands. Now, this card is a very connected card. The hand is holding the wand, and the hand is connected to the clouds. So it's all very connected. So the feelings that this person has for the client at this time, they feel very connected to the client. Very, very connected. So that's also a good card. There's nothing negative at all about this card. Now, the center card is an interesting one because basically what it's going to tell us is a little bit more about this person, okay? And that way we can get forward to actually finding out if they're going to actually get back together, okay? Now, this one will tell us what kind of relationship does this person see for the client in the future, okay? It's turned upside down. Okay. Well, this is an interesting card. It is the 5 of Swords. It's upside down. We'll turn it this way so you can see it. And what this tells us, as you can see, he's holding some swords and appears to be some sand down here. So when you turn the card upside down, basically what I'm getting from this is that the potential relationship in the future, right now this person thinks that this will all be buried, that you know the feelings and the memories that are going on in their life right now, and their potential to, you know, what they see for their future. That's really what this card is about with the client. And what they're doing is they are burying it deep inside because they're so unsure about the future. They do have feelings and thoughts about the client, but they are burying those feelings and thoughts. And when they do that, that buries the potential that they believe for the relationship, okay? Now we're going to move on to the next card. And this card tells us if there is a potential for this relationship to actually work again, okay? And we have the Ace of Cups, okay? Now this is also upside down, okay? And the Ace of Cups is kind of an interesting card. And, that's mainly because when it's turned upside down like this, the card speaks to me revolution, okay? Revolution, rebirth, things like that. So what this tells me is that this person is buried any thoughts of a potential relationship. They just thought they weren't going to happen, even though they're not happy with the sex life that they have now, and even though they have thoughts and feelings that are good, what they have done is buried it. What this does is a revolution of the burial. This means that there is a potential for a revival of the relationship, okay? So that's kind of good news for the client, I would think. Now, our last card is actually the World. Now, this one is an interesting card, and this card represents the outcome between the client and this person. Now, what stands out about this card is that, as you can see, there's a circle of greenery on this card. And that tells me that this relationship can definitely be renewed. As a matter of fact, I really believe it will be renewed over and over and over. As the circle goes, the relationship goes. So, that being said, I really, really think that this relationship will and can rekindle. And it may do that many times over. It may be a long time before it actually stops on the circle. But that does conclude our reading for today. And I want to let you know to please join me again. I'm sure we'll be doing this later with another client. And as always, I don't divulge names. And thanks, and we'll talk to you again.